Hi, my name is Zoe McNeil, and I just graduated my bachelor's in history from McDaniel College with a minor in sociology. I actually have been to Budapest before. My campus has an exact campus in Budapest, Hungary, which is kind of weird for a small liberal arts school. So I've actually visited the CEU, and I fell in love with it at first sight. And I've met with an admissions counselor there, and I actually interned at the UNHCR when I was in Budapest, which I was really excited and privileged to do. Going into the CEU for a master's for 1-year program in political science, and fingers crossed, hopefully, with a specialization in public policy. So getting the CEU award would be an absolute privilege. It would be super exciting. I'm actually from a small town in rural West Virginia, and I went to school in a rural place in Maryland. So even though I have been to Budapest, I'm kind of small town, daughter of a single mother, and I've been in work study and lots of financial aid with college my whole life. So I've always been dedicated because of this kind of humble upbringing, seeing everyone want to make the community better, make the world better. That's really what I want to do, and I'm trying to figure out in my life what the best way to do that is. When I was in high school, I actually volunteered with different art camps for children, and then also an organization called Christian Help, which gives clothes to low-income people in rural West Virginia. And then in college, since I said I was a work-study student, which meant that the government recognized that I had some issues financially, my family did, that it was kind of a struggle to afford college, especially in the USA. And so they kind of evened this out by if I got a job in my school, I wouldn't have to pay taxes, it would be tax-free. And so I worked as a peer mentor, and that did have a slight stipend, which I really appreciated, but it was mostly to kind of be a mentor to freshman students for a year. And I also worked as a TA, and so I absolutely loved that. And I've also worked in the library at my school. In admissions, I helped recruit prospective students, which I think would very much connect to this opportunity. I've also worked with alums from McDaniel because of that. My passion is actually animal rights, and so I've worked, interned, and volunteered for organizations such as Farm Sanctuary, the Humane League, and the Good Food Institute, which their whole thing is animal advocacy, but also working with other corporations and companies, scientific companies, to create plant-based meat. And so after college, I just got accepted to be a United Nations volunteer remotely, which is very exciting. And so I've been doing that along with my paid internship for Mylan, which is a pharmaceutical company. And the organization that I was paired with UNV was the Energy Globe Foundation. So I'm looking out into these environmental organizations that I know from my home country and making a database for this organization in Vienna, which is really cool. I also worked in college at Barnes & Noble, which is a book company, and then the Humane League, which just shows how I really felt like there's a passion. There's a need to work while going to college. I've also done a lot of different projects in college, volunteer-based projects. Leadership was a year-long leadership program which taught you to go back into the community and make a change. Mine was connected to animal rights, and I continued a project I had started with a grant that McDaniel had given me called the Griswold ZEP, which I went to my internship in Farm Sanctuary and brought back what I knew via blog and a school program to kind of continue that outreach. And pairing with the Humane League was also part of this. In the future, what I really want to do is I want to kind of change international food policy and make it better for the consumers, make it better for the animals, for the workers, for the environment, which is a really big issue, and also people's health internationally. After graduating with the CEU alumni scholarship, I was lucky enough to get it. I would be really interested in recruitment, which would connect to my work at the UNHCR. I had interned with the TAOS department, which is a talent acquisition department, and pretty much HR. And then I've also worked with admissions in recruitment and alumni relations, like I said earlier. I also be really interested in career mentorship with other students because I know how important that is. As someone trying to work for the UNFAO, it can be difficult to get in, which is one other reason I'm so excited to go to the CEU because that has amazing alumni. And so that connects to my work as a peer mentor at McDaniel College, with helping freshmen and incoming students find a place for themselves and connect to the opportunities that really help them grow. I also be interested in just sharing relevant job opportunities. Lately, my LinkedIn account has kind of gone buzz, which I'm very excited about. I have more than 1,500 connections. And then also just local chapter and organizing events if I can. Like I said, I'm in a rural part of West Virginia, which I feel like there's going to be talent here. WVU is here, a large undergraduate university. And so even though it is rural, I can try to find people who would be interested. And then I'm also close enough to DC. I'm going to do the American thing. It's about 3.5 hours from driving. And so I am close to, I'm sure, where other alumni are, considering the reach that these alumni have. So I personally think I'd be a good fit for this scholarship because of my background to commitment to volunteership and community service in the U.S. And since I have been lucky enough to be in Budapest, see CEU, and work at the UNHCR, it would mean a lot to me. I got a partial scholarship, which was amazing. I was really lucky, but it would be really nice to make up the extra living costs, or just housing costs in general. And since I do have some financial issues, as seen with my work study, it would mean a lot to me. So I hope that this was very helpful. Thank you for watching, and let me know. Have a great day.